I was the person calling for this review into the police. It gives me no satisfaction from being shown to have been right in relation to the challenges that are in the police service. By the way, nationwide institutional issues. The Met Police is the first police force to have, sunlight, in it, which showed, if you read Dem News Cases report, the police service is institutionally racist, institutionally homophobic, and institutionally misogynistic. And I think the Met Police Service, I've got to take that on the chin and understand there are deep systemic issues which mean the service a woman receives isn't as good as it should be. The service female officers receive and their experience isn't as good as it should be, and they've got to change all around. I don't know, I'm somebody who's not just got dear friends who are women and family who are women, but my daughters are women. And the advice I give them, is yes, do report things to the police. It's really important that we trust the police. The police appreciate that we're all watching them in relation to how they behave. The police are now more cognizant and emotionally intelligent to the views of the public post Sarah Everard. That being said, we've got to make sure not just the police, not just the judge and the magistrates, not just the CPS, but the whole system has got to understand that there's a lack of confidence. We've all, I'm sure, spoken to women who've gone through a prosecution, and the horrible phrase used is, this process was as bad as the original rape/sexual abuse. That can't be right. The big thing we've got to do as well is speed up the criminal justice process. So I spoke to somebody 3 weeks ago, and she told me that her trial may not happen for 3 years. And we asked the question why there's such a high attrition rate. It's because the criminal justice system has just slowed down to a tortoise pace. We've got to sort that out. I don't want to be mayor of a city or live in a city that's a dormitory city where basically it's just you work there, you live there, and you may study there. I think people do want to enjoy the culture that exists in our city, but it doesn't need to be in Zone 1. There's this historical view about London is all the entertainment and the fun is in Zone 1. And so you've mentioned the travel corridors that's always been in place, Zone 6 to Zone 1 or 5 to 1 or 3 to 1 or whatever. And so we've spent a lot of time working with all the boroughs in London, trying to encourage them to have entertainment near to where people live rather than travelling an hour and a half. In relation to safety, we've got to make it safe for women in particular and girls, because look, I talked about my experience as a bloke. I've never been touched up, I've never had somebody taking a photograph of my trousers, I've never had inappropriate lecturer's behaviour to me that makes me feel uncomfortable, but many women and girls have. That's why we've got record numbers of police officers, British Transport police officers, traffic enforcement officers. We now have 77,000 CCTV cameras across the public transport network. Why? Because it deters, but also it means we can take action if people are treated inappropriately. We've also worked with our nightclubs. We've now got more than 2,100 nightclubs, football clubs, bars sign up to the Women's Night Safety Charter. Why is that important? If you're being treated inappropriately, you can go to a member of staff who's trained and ask for Angela. And that would mean that action's taken against the relevant bloke and stuff. So what I don't want is, for us to have two Londons where, blokes can have a great experience 24 hours a day, but women can't.